no effort. With no effort. With no effort. I can do this shit with no effort. You know I do this shit with no effort. I can do this shit with no effort. Nigga.
And we are live at the one and only Rebar. It's one and only Rebar show with your host, the man, the myth, the captain. Ahoy. It's JP motherfucking Fingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Captain fucking Stabbin is entering the fucking room. It's hot as a fucking...
Oh, it's hotter than a fucking $3 pistol in
Trust
here.
me, yeah, it's hot. Anyways, we're sitting down here. I believe this is episode
26?
20. No, there was 26 or 25 the last 4 weeks. I want to say we're on episode 27 right now. So episode 27, JP Fingers,
Wiseman
the one and only Wiseman Pipes. A little bit of free advertising there for Legion of Doom with the PAE shirt.
Yeah, that's it, man.
And
guest.
we're joined. No J-Dub. J-Dub is business trip, IPCPR.
You know, not everyone wants to go, but somebody's got to go.
He's holding us down there.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. And our special guest is Mr. Manicotti.
Manicotti.
What's up, fellas?
Oh, hard pour.
That fucking hard pour. This guy follows directions.
Yes.
Polly, cheers, brother.
Cheers, fellas. How we doing?
Hey, I'm
a
drinking
good word.
some American vintage steeped tea, hard iced tea.
Fucking good.
And you got going. What do you got going on?
Nitro milk stout. Remember this back in the day? Me and you used to get it. I couldn't keep this in the house.
That's our OG drink. What do you got going on, Evan, there for a drink? We'll get into the cigars in a bit.
I got the Lake of Bays New England style IPA. You know, I like to.
Don't show them.
Okay. I'll do a little show and tell.
Yeah, we all hold ours up.
Okay.
And everybody that shit talks the hard iced teas. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a bitch drink.
Dude.
Thank you. I'm a connoisseur of bitch drinks, so
it's Bitch Drink Tour 2019.
Yeah. But it just kills me though. People are like, oh, it's a bitch drink, and it's like, what do you think? I'm blind? Like, what do you think? Like, it's like, dude, I shotgun these all day long. Like, first off, don't criticize me on what I'm drinking. Why you're criticizing me for drinking when you're not drinking?
Right. No, they're sitting at home in front of their computer.
Yeah.
Calling you a bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
But,
well, let me ask you a question. So that tea, right?
Yeah.
What's that? White Claw. That's what it is. White Claw. So when you had the Rebar beer challenge, the Monkey Rebar beer challenge going on.
Yep.
And I posted in my story. I did a shotgun. A buddy of mine, his wife, her husband, he can't drink for shit. He's
Carl?
a guy. No. He's the guy that goes out and gets the Malibu Bay Breezes every time we go out.
Those are nice though.
He did a shotgun. He did a shotgun with a fucking White Claw. I was so ashamed of him. I said,
No.
You know what, man?
You know why where he gets credit for this? Okay, White Claws are fucking good. Second off,
he did it.
He just shotgun seltzer water, which is carbonated as fuck, and it's harder than any beer to do.
And if they're cold,
the more carbonation, the harder it is to shotgun. I'll give him that much, but
yeah, I mean, I'm just glad he participated in it. I mean,
so his mouth got filled up a little bit quicker. I'm supposed to be excited and thrilled about that. It's still a White Claw.
A White Claw.
You know what I'm saying? It's just I'll take the tea. I'll take the tea any day. You could rock a tea with a White Claw. Come on.
Speaking of tea, we had a little tea grizzly.
I was gonna say, speaking of rocking, there's many things I can rock.
Had a little tea grizzly intro there.
Little tea grizzly, no effort, and I believe that was fitting.
Yeah,
this is actually a good segue.
Oh yeah,
it's fitting because guys, we do this shit with no fucking effort, and we didn't get fucking pinched like all those other guys now that got to get fucking full-time jobs and start buying their own fucking cigars.
Let's get into it a little bit here.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell you how awesome it is just to be a guest on a Rebar show. All right, so you guys got your signs in the back. Because I had an appearance on the Rebar Show, I am also now an unofficial official sponsor. I don't know if you can see that right there, but maybe I'll bring my sign in closer so you guys can see. All right. One day I'm gonna hang it right here.
You
Let me
should.
I think I can make it levitate. So let me see. Ready?
No.
Photo magic only.
I was actually
It's
thinking
too-
that you were
it's-
going to
it's-
somehow
I thought
do
he
it
was
for
gonna
a
do
second.
it.
I knew I was gonna get you guys. I'm
You
gonna
know,
blame it on.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna blame it on the humidity this
You're the
time.
David Blaine of Instagram
Trust me.
photographers.
There's a few things I'd like to fucking blame on humidity.
Next time I'm gonna make that happen.
That'll be sick. Okay, so we want to get into it a little bit, as maybe not everyone knows. Do you want to get into the YouTube thing?
Yeah, let me just speak my piece.
Okay.
All I know is they got basically cut off of making money from YouTube. And I mean, I don't feel bad at all. You know, you've lied to people for so many years for telling them that their cigars taste like toasted walnuts and marshmallows and all this shit. Like, why the fuck do you lie to people?
But it's not just cigars. It's tobacco, alcohol, and firearms. That whole sort of
ETF, son.
yeah, that whole tobacco, alcohol, firearms genre has now been demonetized on YouTube. So YouTube presenters, you know, guys that unbox, do reviews, shit like that, they no longer make any money from their subscribers or their following count, whatever.
Yeah. Suck it.
But we
Check
don't
it
give
out.
a fuck.
I'm gonna give my 2 cents on this. You guys mind?
I would
No,
love
no,
it.
go for it.
So I had no idea that they got involved in the whole cigar end until you sent me that text message with the link, JP, and I watched the video. And while I do feel bad for him, and I feel for whoever it is, Cigar Obsession, I'm not familiar with the show.
I think he works at Home Depot in Florida.
Well, whatever the case is. So YouTube was supposed to be a platform. Even if you did lie and say, "Oh, this tobacco tasted like Moroccan sand from 5,000 years ago," it didn't matter because it was YouTube. It was just a platform. You could do whatever you wanted, right?
Right.
The problem is why I almost laughed at his video and why I thought it was such a joke. Number one, I thought he was going to cry. I don't know if it came as that much of a shock or he was pulling in that kind of money where he's going to have to go and get another job now to supplement whatever that brought in. Number one. Number two, this has already been like 4 or 5 years in the making. All right. So I know you guys aren't too familiar with like politics, but they've been shutting down and censoring, say, conservative people on YouTube for a long time now. And I want to say it's almost like 2 years ago they started messing with Casey Neistat. They demonetized one of his videos. Now you don't get more vanilla than that guy. There's no offending. He loves everybody. It doesn't matter what you are, who you are, what you think you are. He accepted everybody, and they started demonetizing his shit like 2 years ago. And he fought back. All these other content creators fought back. And guess what? YouTube is just taking a big dump on everybody. So where were you 5 years ago? You just put this video out now, just recently, I'm assuming, or at least in the last couple months, whenever you got demonetized. It's too late, brother. You're already too late to the game. Either you don't know YouTube well enough, okay, to understand what's been going on with every other creator out there on YouTube, or you're not paying attention, or you don't care. And guess what? You thought, oh, it's not going to affect me. Like, this is what I love about people that say, oh, it doesn't affect me. That's happening over there. I'm going to be fine. You know what happens? That shit eventually catches up, and somewhere along the line, it pulls you into that vacuum, and you get sucked into, and you're fucking done. And you got no power.
Oh, you're going to make a little Dyson segue there.
We did have a little
listen,
earlier.
I threw it out for you guys. I was waiting for you to reel that shit in.
I was hoping you were going to say you get sucked off.
Yeah. That was a fucking big lure that Paulie threw in the water there.
You know, you get a new vacuum, and all of a sudden you get sucked off.
Yeah,
sucked in, whatever.
I'll tell you, I've never seen more of a smile on Wiseman than I do now. So I have a feeling this guy upgraded to a very powerful Dyson.
It's
You should have seen him when I showed him mine.
there's nothing better than your friend's Dyson.
And that's another thing too. That's another thing too.
That should be in your advertisement. I'm being honest with you.
I gotta clear this up. As far as I'm concerned,
Mm-hmm.
a fucking vacuum is like a lawnmower. It's a lawnmower for the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can follow you on that.
You don't want to rock a shitty lawnmower. You don't want to have some.
Those are the things you don't skimp on, right?
Yeah.
A mattress, a couch, a fucking lawnmower, and a vacuum.
I'm gonna tell you the difference. Oh, your vacuum isn't gonna shoot a rock through somebody's windshield.
I don't know. You haven't seen the fucking thing. You haven't seen the roller on this bitch. She fucking flies.
I got a 5 horsepower shop vac out here, and it's got the reverse setting where it blows.
You should turn it on for AC.
Yeah, fuck you.
I bet the air outside is cooler than inside.
I'm about to go open the door because it's fucking like 100 degrees.
All right, yeah.
So, anyway, to get back to YouTube, you understand what I'm saying? I feel bad for him, but it's a very limited bad because he should have been on a jump with this from the get-go, knowing that eventually this was going to come down the pike to affect him. And if he didn't think that it would even affect him, he should have already been in a know and on the fight against all of this demonetization that YouTube is doing. Now, this is the bitch about it. When YouTube started, they needed all of these creators, right, to build their brand up. And when they finally did, now that they got all big and powerful, now all of a sudden everybody can go just screw themselves. So, you know, I really don't feel that bad for him. I do just a little bit because it does. I don't care what you put out. It's going to take effort. I may not even appreciate it, but I understand that it takes effort and time to do.
Okay. So let me stop you, Paulie. What, like, you don't really feel too bad for these guys. What about the people that do kids' toys unboxing that are making $100,000 a year? The people that are, you know, just spewing random shit. You know,
let me stop you.
Yeah.
100,000 a year. I think the top kid made like $22 million in 1 year.
Right.
Presenting toys.
Right.
And guess what?
He's a junkie now.
I don't have a problem with that. That's the free market, man. That's how things work. The free market is you're supposed to allow these things to listen. You're gonna have these very minor limitations. You can't just go, crazy wild and show. Oh, look at I'm setting my friend up. He's gonna walk into a bear trap. But they went overboard and they're censoring things that shouldn't be censored. Now, his channel, I don't think it should be censored. That's why I feel bad for him, because I feel like he's being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
He has a place, even though I didn't watch or listen to any of his shows, but he has a place and he has a right to be there. And so for them to come along and strip him of all of that, well, that's a problem for him. Now, the money angle of it, well, that's his own bag. That's got nothing to do with me. He should already have other things going on where he shouldn't have to worry about, oh, I'm solely going off of YouTube. I mean, unless he's making $1 million a year. If he's making $500,000 a year off of YouTube, then God bless him. Now, I do feel bad for him because he's making a significant amount of money. But if he's pulling in $80,000, $90,000 a year, which he's not from YouTube, I don't feel that bad. Because you should have another job, unless you found a way, unless you found some magical way to live off of $80,000 or $90,000. Then God bless you. But I don't feel bad unless you're making a boatload of money. Now I feel bad because now you're messing with my money, and that's big money. But if it's just just side income coming in, I don't feel that bad. Stick to your regular job, and guess what? You'll find another way. I know he cried a little bit in that video to try and not. I think he believes that he's going to get, or there's going to be a coalition to fight YouTube, and YouTube's going to bend. Never going to happen. YouTube is too ignorant.
Right? I mean, I don't really feel bad for the fucking guy. I don't care. What I will give him though is he was a big shot at what he did, right? And then what ruined it, really, in my opinion, was the other 1,000 fucking people that all they did was copy him.
Yeah, but they didn't necessarily get paid.
No, but they're just still idiots that's bringing attention to that.
Nah. I'll be honest with you. None of that has anything to do with it. YouTube has an agenda. they're forcing their agenda down people's throats. There's a lot of creators, content creators right now that are going through lawsuits with YouTube because YouTube is pulling stuff that they have, which follows all of the guidelines. All right, like so. For instance, I listen to a guy named Steven Crowder, which he's a fellow Canadian, which you guys may know, but he lives in America now, and he's got a great show. Right, it's a phenomenal show. They constantly. I go to look at the latest show. Unavailable, retry. Unavailable, retry. And then 2 days later, I find out his lawyers had to get in contact with their lawyers, and they're fighting back and forth. And then it becomes a real nitpicky thing. YouTube really doesn't have the leg to stand on, so now they're like arguing these nuances of a law, which is a YouTube guideline, which is ridiculous. Obviously you don't like what I do. It doesn't support your politics or whatever the case is. So that's why you hand this bullshit down to me. Well, guess what? Who do you think's behind all of the cigar and cigarette and all of these taxes and be banned? It's every fucking Democrat that's out there.
I was gonna say Obama.
Okay.
Obama. Forget Obama. I don't.
Let's
Obama who?
That's YouTube was just a platform for people to post their views and opinions and their thoughts and feelings on certain things, whether that was just cigar reviews or toy unboxings or just stupid funny videos
Or twerk videos.
or whatever it was. So why did they start getting monetized to begin with? It should have just been a free platform. Like, do people get paid off of Instagram? Non-sponsorship shit.
No, this is how it works for YouTube, right? So obviously you get a ridiculous amount. Oh, and this is the other thing, by the way, which if YouTube was smart, what they should have done was just messed with the algorithm so that his videos didn't get viewed and he didn't get demonetized, all right? So he'll see a big drop in his revenue, okay? Maybe he'll only make a quarter what he made before because they fucked with the algorithm. Well, that's what they're doing with all these guys. A guy like Steven Crowder, right, has millions of followers on YouTube. The notification bells don't even work, right? He puts up a new video, no notification bell. But if you go to like the Young Turks, they can put up 7-8 videos a day. Bing, 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 bing. That shit goes off. So how it works for YouTube is you get sponsors, you get a portion of that, YouTube gets a portion of that. Okay, that's how that shit works. So YouTube has to make money, right? They can't just survive off of, we're going to build a platform and you guys do whatever you want for it, and we're going to upkeep and maintain it for free for you, and we'll take all the costs.
Sponsorship ads.
That's what our show is based off.
Yeah.
Sponsorship ads, right? So a sponsor will tie themselves to you, okay? So like, let's say for instance, okay, United Cigars, whatever United Cigars or Roma Craft or whoever comes your way, okay, that's got nothing to do with YouTube. YouTube doesn't see a single penny from it. The only thing YouTube gets from it, as far as my understanding, is that it keeps people glued to YouTube, okay? And hopefully maybe it moves them on to another video or whatever the case is. But then you have like these big conglomerates, say like Menon, that sponsor a video. This guy makes a cut, YouTube's going to make a cut. It becomes a very profitable business. But now this is the problem that they're having is now a guy like Steven Crowder goes, okay, you guys want to censor what I say and what other people say. Well, what are you? Are you a publisher? Are you a platform? What are you? You understand what I'm saying? Are you a public utility? Where do you lie? Because see, like, let's say I call JP, right? And I'm like, JP, I call you over the phone, right? I have Verizon. And I say, hey, JP, I can't believe this. I just talked to Wiseman, and Wiseman's thinking about committing a murder. Now, what if that ever comes out? Verizon can't be held, right? Because it's a public utility.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a murder that's ready to go on, okay? Now, that's what they're trying to say. What are you, YouTube? Find your place. Are you a platform?
I see.
You know what I'm saying? Are you a utility? And,
yeah, what kind of provider are you?
Yeah, they're in this weird position right now because they're trying to have control, which, don't get me wrong, listen, I'm all for people having their freedoms and saying what they want to say and showing what they want to show. But to be honest with you, there has to be guidelines, because without guidelines, you're gonna see some real whacked out shit. I don't want to see ISIS videos. I don't want to see some guy's head being cut off or somebody being shot in the street. You know, I could go to our friggin' personal group chat to see stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
But
Shout
I
out
don't want.
to E-Bombs World.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it on YouTube. So you do need somebody in there at YouTube saying, okay, listen, this shit's not allowed. But when you go overboard and you start attacking people who are following your guidelines, now it becomes a big problem. Okay, now you get a guy like Steven Crowder who is making a good money from his sponsorship from YouTube, and you're saying, well, now we're going to demonetize you. Okay, well, now I got an issue with that. So to be honest with you, there's no future. There's not going to be much of a future. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a future for guys like you. Okay.
Well,
You have your main income, right? You're not looking to be this like YouTube star and that's all you're making your money off of because you don't want to work for a living. All right.
Yeah, I guess now.
There's a lot of people out there that aren't that are all butthurt because they're like, oh, I take really good pictures. I know how to work Premiere Pro, and now, excuse me, now I can't make any money. Well, what do you want? That's the world. Another platform will come out, or you become better.
I'm just looking this up real quick. So that dude that we're talking about, Brian from Cigar Obsession, that he smoked that Gurkha, the HMR.
Yeah, loser.
1.1 million views on a cigar review. That's
amazing.
That's outstanding. Like, that's mind-boggling. I can't believe that many people.
What hashtags does he use? Let's start using them.
See, now you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You may not want a show other than yours to succeed, and I fully understand it. There's no problem with that at all, because I would feel the same way. But you got to understand, you got to give the guy credit. He got over 1 million views on a cigar, just a cigar related topic. I
will give him that. And there are cigar shows that I like, but the second you tell me what fucking notes you taste in a fucking cigar,
so just cigar reviews in general.
I lose all respect for you.
Okay, and that's fair.
I could read.
I also believe that 987,000 of those views feel the same way. But like I said, a lot of work went into that for him to get to those 1.1 million views or whatever it was. It's not an easy feat.
I mean, he's probably single.
Hey, Wiseman, did it say how many subscribers he has?
It was like 111,000 or something, or 11,000. I don't know.
It's a lot, man. He's got a lot.
If it's 100, listen. If it's 111,000, the guy gets a that little plaque.
Yeah, I've seen that shit.
After 100,000, listen, that's pretty good, man. I give the guy credit, but
you're right though. He's
it is but there's the thing. Where were you 3 years ago when all this shit was starting to break? You're just consumed about your little world right here. Nobody's gonna touch you, right? That's how it is. You're Mr. Untouchable. Now you're all surprised that the hammer came down on you as well. That's why I don't feel bad.
Business.
Huh?
He's growing his.
That's part of.
I don't want to say business because it's not a fucking business in the literal sense. Like, he does reviews, which should be for fun, like what we do. This is a for fun type of thing. We're not looking to monetize this.
Yeah, but watch this. When your platform is YouTube, it's incumbent on you, right? This is a business now we're talking about. We're not talking about for fun. It's incumbent on him to know what the hell is going on in YouTube in general, because it's going to affect his business.
Yes.
Right? That would be like if I open up a construction company over here and somebody opens up one over here, we do the same thing, and I don't pay attention to how good they are or what numbers they come in or what kind of work or materials they use, then I'm an idiot. Because if this guy steps up his game a little bit, I'm going to go down. So should I just feel like, oh, I was just trying to grow my business? No, you have to worry about everything else that's out there, including the materials you use to make you happen.
Okay, so he should have surveyed the landscape before he...
Surveyed? He should have already known. Wiseman, like I said, this has been going on for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
This is not something new. And tobacco has been under attack for how long now? At least the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Find another fucking platform. And if your followers and your
Are
views
dedicated.
are that loyal to you, they'll follow you wherever you go. So what the fuck does it matter? Like, go beat it. Get out of there. Like, find something else. There's a fucking way around everything. Like,
well, now there's Instagram. You get paid sponsorships. You know, if he really has the followers that he does,
yeah, like
then he'll find revenue somewhere else on another platform.
fuck Vimeo.
So let me just say something that I think has been missing up until this point. That
Personality on most of these shows.
no, all views and opinions expressed on a Rebar show are mine and mine solely, which means that they do not reflect on any of the Rebar sponsors, but they do reflect on everybody else that listens to the show, because this is a show for the people, by the people. So I feel pretty confident that I speak for most people in our community.
That was fucking well said, Paulie.
And with that being said, this episode is brought to you by fucking United Cigars. You guys got to live united, smoke united. Go to your local B&M. Ask them, do you guys have United Cigars? If they do, buy that shit, smoke that shit. Thank us. If they don't have it, you got to tell them to get in touch with United Cigars. Go on the website, unitedcigargroup.com. There's a list of people that carry them there. There's all the information you need to carry that shit in your cigar shop. Live united, smoke united.
For the people, by the people.
Yeah,
man.
for the people, by the people. That's what it is.
Let's you want to do a quick housekeeping? I know we did the beer thing. What are you smoking?
All right, I'm smoking a
I would love to hear you say this.
Florinata.
Not bad.
This one with the fucking flower or whatever it is on the front of it. Thanks. And I'm gonna say Joan, Yon, Yanni.
Paul knows, I bet.
Yeah, Paul knows him.
He's Paul's boy.
All right.
Let me tell you something. He puts out the flyest hats. He really does. You guys have any of his hats?
Oh, his hat.
Oh, I heard tats.
Yeah, I thought
hats. Get his hats, man. His hats are dope.
Is it flyer than this? Look at this thing.
Yeah, I'm a fucking captain.
Holy shit.
My shirt is
I don't know if,
buttoned up.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. His hats will not mistake you for a flaming homosexual.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect because these shorts don't either.
That's something Freddie Mercury would wear for sure.
Hey, they might not. You're the one that got on this boat, Paul.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. I can never pull that hat off, but I'm so glad that you could. You pull it off. I'm telling you.
If we're being honest, I'd let you pull the shirt off.
I thought you were gonna say pull his hair.
No, you know what's crazy? You take that silly badge off the front of that hat, and you're a train conductor from like 1872.
Hey,
I actually have a train conductor hat.
Flip it around for the people. They want to see the bakery.
Choo choo.
I'm a fucking French loaf baking a bread.
French loaf. All right, I'm
Alouette, Montreal Alouette, Alouette. I don't know much French.
Jesus Christ. I'm smoking a Wonderlust. Paul, what do you got?
The Intemperance Whiskey Rebellion.
You sound so bummed out by that.
No, I'm not. I'm bummed out because this was my last one, so I gotta put another order in for more.
Hey, you could hit up Smoking Joe's.
Yo, so I got a little story to tell you. I hope you guys find this as funny as I do. If not, then I'm a child. So
right, 1 second, I need a beer.
Go ahead, hurry up.
Oh boy, this could take a while. We're about to have some technical difficulties.
Bro, move it quick.
He's so fast. He's like a speedboat captain.
Never seen him move that quick.
I very few do.
I got sports shoes on.
He's wind sprinting. All right, here you come. You got to do the foghorn.
I bet you not even a wicked case of the Chipotle diarrhea runs would make him run that quick.
Dude, I'm close to having the iced tea squirts though. Believe me.
A little bit of sweet and sour.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. All right, let's hear it, Paul.
So we've been potty training my oldest, right? And he's been doing really good. So we come home today and he goes into the bathroom and he shuts the door and I go, Blake, what are you doing? And he goes, nothing, I don't hear anything. And then when he's done, he always screams it out, Daddy, I do pee-pee potty, right? So I go over to him, like, all right, buddy, I'm proud of you. That's awesome. I go, you got to do pee-pee potty. You always go into the bathroom and you do your thing and then you call me when you're done. So 45 minutes, an hour goes by and I hear the bathroom door slam. And I go, Blake, what are you doing? Nothing. Blake, what are you doing? No answer. Now I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I get a little bit louder. Blake, what are you doing? Poopy potty, Daddy. I did poopy potty. So I'm like, no way. This is awesome. So we got him this little toilet separate from our toilet, right? And it's got this little battery operated. You flush it and it makes the swishing sound. So I come into the bathroom. I open the door and he's standing there. He's little, so he takes off everything, the underwear, the pants, everything comes off when he goes to the bathroom.
George Costanza.
I was gonna say I still do.
Yo, the smell was vile. I couldn't believe it. But on our sink is the Lysol wipes, right? And he pulled out like 4 feet of the Lysol wipes and wiped his ass with the end of the Lysol wipe. So I go over to his little, toilet bowl. There's no shit in there. So I go, Blake, what happened? What happened to the cocky? He goes, I flush it, Daddy. I flush it. So I go, get out of here, because he'll do that. He'll take the little bottom piece of the toilet out and he'll bring it over to the toilet and put it in there and flush it and everything. And sure enough, he did. It was gone, but he wiped his ass pretty much essentially with Clorox wipes. And I was like, this kid's outrageous, man. I was dying.
And you're gonna have a plumber coming there tomorrow to
yeah.
unclog that 4 feet of
No. He didn't. He didn't put that in the toilet bowl. Yeah, like I said, it was still attached to the friggin'.
So Paul folded it over and he's gonna use it later.
Well, he believe it or not, the kid only used one square.
What a G.
Me, I would have been roping that shit. I would use all 4 feet of that.
Dude, first off, we got to go back to the good old one wipe days.
Oh, the one wipe.
I'd deal for a one wipe.
I haven't had a one wipe in months.
One wipe? I don't think I ever one wipe. Not even on those phantom shits where you take a shit and you can wipe 1,000 times and nothing comes up. I've never done a one wipe. Because one wipes are tricky.
It's always a two wipe, really. You do the one wipe and you're just like, maybe that was just a mistake.
I'm like 4 to 6 every wipe.
4 to 6
every shit, yeah.
Yeah, and 4 of those just catch the splash off from the toilet.
Fuck, seriously.
For the ass cheeks.
Dude, I don't know what it is. But that and I can never only use one square.
Who the fuck uses one square?
How the fuck do you use one square?
I got the 2-ply and it's like a fucking paper sandwich in there.
Dude, I need to come up with rebar toilet paper where it's basically just paper towel roll.
That sounds. It's shop towels.
Yeah, just shop towels.
Yeah, 30 grit shop towels.
Shop towels with my face on them.
Hey, Paul, wait until he's a little bit older. Mine did paper towels. She cleaned up a mess and she put the paper towels in the toilet. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to all that, man. It's a blast.
Yeah, Home Depot, get the snake.
I mean,
brutal.
Listen, man, this is the excitement that I live for now, right?
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I wouldn't change it for the world, man. This is I look back on it and I'm like, man, all those crazy things I did as a kid, and my dad was always cool about it and fixed it or showed me how to fix it. There was always a lesson to be learned in things. And so that's what I look forward to now, right? you download all of your information into this little human being, and hopefully he could take it on, with him in life and be able to do something with it. So yeah, you're gonna have those hardships and heartaches, and I killed my evening. It's definitely gonna happen, but I'm looking forward to it. It's fun, man.
Well, and
So I gotta ask you then. So let's say Blake is 17. You catch him drinking. What do you do?
That's a tough one. So I think growing up, one of the biggest things I was always afraid of as a kid growing up was disappointing my father. So I didn't mess with any of that stuff. I didn't do drugs. I didn't drink, unless it was in front of my dad. Um, Now, the only difference I would really like to have, I think, because I was so afraid of disappointing my father, it kept me from really, truly having an open line discussion with him about things. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because he was, if there was something out of line that I did or I said, right away he corrected it, which was good. And for me, I needed that. I wanna try and always have it where my kid can come and talk to me, not as a friend. All right, I don't want to get this mixed up. It's not as a friend, but he could come and talk to me as somebody that he can trust. So when it comes to drinking, I hope that he has the same level of respect for me that I did for my father. That it wasn't worth doing it unless my father already knew about it. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
about being the cool parent. It's about being the parent that's respected by your kid. And again, that's it's such a hard thing. Whatever my parents did, it worked for me.
Yeah.
I can try and do the same thing with my boys, and it may not work. It's like a hit or miss. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if that comes to happen, uh, I don't know. I'll probably really make them try and regret it. You know, I catch
let's
them drink.
be
I catch them. I catch them. It depends on the level of drinking too. If I catch him drinking a beer, okay, and he's not being reckless or he's not giving it to anybody else that's underage, he's not being the conspirator to this, right? The ringleader. Then I'm not going to have a big problem with it. But if he's getting destroyed and he's having somebody else getting destroyed, then that kid's going to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, running from here into Queens and coming back before 10 o'clock. I'm not gonna. I don't play with that shit. So it's a tough call, man. And who knows? That is something like that could completely work, and then it could completely not work. So we'll see when that day comes. But like I said, you like everybody does. I mean, Evan knows you try your best,
yeah.
um,
What's
and
the
and you
that's
see what happens.
the Machiavelli? Is it better to be feared or loved? Right. Well, what about respected? As a parent, you kind of want to be both, but mainly you just want to be respected by your kid.
Well, it's not even that. People have come into like a really weird place today where they don't even want to see themselves as a parent or disciplinarian.
Yeah, they're
And
just an
those,
older friend.
yeah, that's all they want to be, right? So like you see pictures of these like moms that took care of themselves all their life, and their daughter's like 21 now, and they're going out together, and you can't tell which one is the mom or the daughter because they're both dressed like sluts,
I
right? So there's
Perfect.
like this,
I will
there's
tell you
this.
one thing.
Huh.
I would really like to be against that.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm
Literally.
not saying. Listen, I'm not saying right or wrong, right? All I'm saying is you got to expect for shit to break down when those lines of parent
Yeah.
and child become crossed. And I've seen it all over the place. I've had friends who had parents that were friends, and it was cool when we were kids. But try and find these idiots now. You know what I mean? They're having a hard time in life. They don't understand why this is happening or that's happening, or oh, why do I still need my parents to still buy me things because I can't do it on my own? And I'm not talking about stupid people either. I'm talking about college educated people.
That's
So
even worse a lot of the times.
yeah, but that's a sad fact of everything today, man. We're not. When I was a kid, so listen. I don't like bringing this stuff up because I'm not a big birthday guy. I never really celebrated my birthday. To me, it's just a number. There's no need, in my opinion. I'm not saying right or wrong, but I really don't see a big need to be celebrated every year. But tomorrow I turn 40. It's a big year for me. So when I was a kid, parents were parents. Parents weren't friends, really, for the most part. And now since that changed, you see the result of these kids that are growing up that at 25 are still under their parents' health care. Can you imagine if I was 25 and I told my dad I still need you to pay for my health care? He would have laughed at me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's yeah. I'm 34, and even I can look at even people like a couple years younger than me and just seeing where they're at in life, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
They're a mess.
Like, yeah,
they're a mess. Go, JP. I'm sure you see it all the time. Go into any place where you purchase anything. I don't care where you go. Purchase a coffee. Go to Home Depot. Go to Lowe's. Go anywhere. You're buying.
I don't go to Lowe's. Lowe's is gay.
Try and find somebody who actually works for a living today. They don't. It's very hard to find. You know who really like work for a living? I almost feel like is your business owners and people that are self-employed. Other than that, it's like everybody just has a fucking job and they don't give a shit.
And now, well, they had careers. Nobody has careers now. People only have temporary jobs.
Well, it's funny that too, I think everybody thought that their career would make them happy. So they go to school, they spend a fortune, they go into this career and they realize it wasn't the career that makes you happy. You know what I mean? So
no, dude, 100%. It's
so. Let me throw this guy. Let me throw this shit on you, right? Because I got a couple questions I want to ask you guys.
Let me get a tarp out first.
What are you, a monkey?
Yeah. I didn't think I paid for Paul's OnlyFans website.
it's fucking Sweet Tea McPaul.
Man, if you get to throw shit on me, I get to hang a fucking nice golden shower on you.
Wow. I don't even have a reply for that. I really don't. All I can say is I hope my gel upholds.
I'm sure it will. Oh, hold on. Whose gel do you think is stronger? His or Mike's from Cigar Hustlers?
Paul's.
Oh yeah?
Paul's got way more of a fuller head of hair.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Paul drives the sunroof down.
I don't use one type of gel. See, he's got straight hair. That's easy.
Gel.
That's easy to gel up and get to do what you need. I got this crazy curly hair that you have to get and depending on the weather, the shit can be wild. So sometimes I gotta mix two gels at the same time, equal parts, make it perfect, and yeah, it's like a cement mix. It's like Portland.
It's got Portland gel.
So I got a good question for you guys. This is interesting. I saw this again the other day, and this blew my mind. I said, I got to ask these guys this question. You remember the movie Back to the Future?
Oh, yeah.
The second one?
No. I only saw the first one, and I really...
so then this question's not even going to be good for you.
No, I don't want to get cut up, but I mean, even the first one, I don't really care for the first one.
Typical fucking 80s movie.
No, but if you look at the 80s movie like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that was sick. Top Gun.
Top Gun was good. Yeah. Okay, ask the question because I want to hear. Maybe we will know it.
Well, I know you're qualified at least to take a stab at it. I'll give you that. So at the beginning of the second one, Doc Brown, the scientist, comes back with the fucking time machine, but now this thing flies, and he's got a piece on the back called Mr. Fusion, and he opens up Mr. Fusion, and that's where you put the fuel in, and the fuel is garbage. So he's throwing in like banana peels, sardine cans, all sorts of shit. And he takes a can of beer that was in the garbage. It's got like a little bit left. And he pours the beer down Mr. Fusion and then drops the can in there and closes the lid. What beer did he use?
Red Dog or Mad Dog?
Evan.
Fuck, it must be a Sam Adams.
Man, fucking Red Stripe.
Schlitz?
Wow. Come on, guys. I thought you would have nailed this. Even though
I've
you
never
didn't
seen
say
the movie.
He used the official, unofficial
Highlight?
sponsor of the
He
rebar.
should have known.
No.
Damn it! Why would he ask a question if he wasn't using High Life?
Why would he waste High Life?
Yeah,
That's why.
better.
Why was it? He didn't waste it. He used it. Who was the asshole that put a little bit left in that can and threw it in the garbage? That's what I want to know.
Hey, he's no friend of the rebar. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean, that is. I fucking hope you don't listen.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. I hope you had a cigar show that got fucking pinched by YouTube. All right.
Or we were gonna get paid.
that's
We were
mean.
fucking getting shit on.
I mean, sponsor us still, guys, but we're not gonna put anything up on our YouTube.
Hey, I do it before we run out of fucking wall space here.
Yeah. All right. I got another question, Paul. A little bit. You're doing a lot of yard work. Evan's doing some fucking yard stuff. Let me get your opinion on fucking wheelbarrows.
All right.
Don't taint the fucking question. Just ask it pure.
Describe to me your.
Oh, so wait a minute. This is an already ongoing conversation that I'm adding to.
It's not a conversation. It's me cutting up Evan about his wheelbarrow.
Okay.
Describe to me your perfect wheelbarrow setup.
Perfect wheelbarrow setup.
Yeah.
That means I'm assuming that Evan has the two-wheeled wheelbarrow.
Oh my god, you fucking nailed it! And I've been.
Yeah.
And it's got the dump lever. It's got the fucking dump lever.
Wow, Evan.
It was on sale, man.
There's only one way for you to use that, and you better be wearing a summer dress.
No.
With a nice big fucking straw hat on it.
Yeah, something open-toed and nice.
Yeah, I got the thong sandals going.
It's Woody picks all the tea leaves that we make my fucking American vintage tea drinks with.
I had a feeling that it was going to be a double wheelbarrow, and I'm going to tell you why.
See how
that is the laziest of wheelbarrows out there. That's like, you know what that is? That should be considered like that is the Tesla of wheelbarrows. That thing actually almost pushes itself. It's got a lever.
You know what that is?
Man?
That's those three-wheeled motorcycles. I want to be on a motor. I want to be on a motorcycle, but I don't want to have to hold myself up and have balance.
I bet if you bring that wheelbarrow to any construction job in New York, the guys will look at it like it's a UFO.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Hey, man. Okay. It's hard.
You got to return that shit, or at least do some kind of cool video where you're running it over.
Hey,
other than that,
at least dump a bunch of beer down my mouth with a dump lever.
Dude, we got to do that. So
I gotta wash it first.
There you go.
We'll put like High Life cans in there.
Dump in my face.
Yeah, don't empty it.
Hey, we got to put it into Mr. Fusion.
We'll put a spring on the lever too. This way, the foot, wham!
Yeah, it's like a fucking pie in the face, but it's a High Life can, half full. Boom.
Yeah, no, wheelbarrow is one wheel, two handles. No levers. That's it.
So, okay, here's another two-part fucking question.
Okay.
What do you call a wheelbarrow with two wheels?
Wheelbarrow with two wheels?
Yeah.
Driving Miss Daisy. I don't know. I don't know what.
No, make it more in a literal sense.
Yeah, like physically, what would you call it?
What would you call it? Wow.
If it's a wheelbarrow,
singular,
what are you calling a two-wheeled?
Yeah, wheels barrel.
I said the exact same thing.
I call it the dually.
So listen to this. I'm sitting in fucking traffic today. This actually reminds me about the other fucking thing too that happened today. I'm sitting in fucking traffic today. It's fucking rush hour, long weekend. This fucking fat slob and his fucking, I'm assuming, his queer buddy are going camping somewhere. They're probably not gay, but I'm just
no. It was Jake Gyllenhaal and who?
I mean, these kids were in their 20s. Nothing against kids
Yo,
in their 20s.
can I interrupt real quick?
All right,
You
where
don't
you want
you don't know how happy it makes you to hear you say queer.
Well, no.
And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you don't mean it in a nasty way. Like everybody gets all jumpy about words today, right? And it always, every time I hear somebody say some shit like that, it reminds me of that George Carlin bit, right? When he's talking about the word fag. He's like, I can't believe this. He goes, you can't even say fag anymore. He goes, it wasn't even like that. He goes, we used to call like, if all of our friends were going downtown and one didn't want to go, we'd call him a fag because he didn't want to beat up the queers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't anything derogatory or hateful. It was just a joke. And so, like, I understand where you're coming from with it. And to know that there are some real guys out there that aren't vicious, that don't mean anything nasty by it. It's nice to know that there's still people out there that are like that, because this whole hypersensitivity bullshit, that's for the birds, brother.
Although I will say, you probably didn't need to add queer to the story.
No, just fucking. You don't know the story.
Paint the picture. All right, go
What
ahead.
do you mean? What if I told you? Oh,
in their van.
yo, what
Okay.
if I told you two really fast cars were racing down the road? You wouldn't want to know what make they were?
Jewish.
Like, it would make a big difference if it was a Mitsubishi Galant and a Porsche. No, you would want to know that. You have to paint the picture when you're telling the story.
I'm trying. You guys are interrupting.
Hey, Paul, listen.
Okay. So it's a black Dodge Caravan with untinted windows.
Now I got a problem. It's black.
No, it's black.
Why'd you have to tell me that the van was black?
I just pulled the fucking.
He's painting a fucking picture.
I just pulled the.
See, so now you're using now you're using the picture painting bullshit. Okay, go ahead, Bob Ross. I won't interrupt.
All right.
Hey, let fucking Bob Ross paint his picture.
So I'm basically trying to cut somebody off, but I'm moving, but I'm not cutting them off. This guy looks over at me with this other guy. These guys are like in their 20s, driving their parents' fucking Dodge Caravan. Because, I mean, who in their right mind in their 20s is buying a Dodge Caravan and hauling their fucking homie around in it?
The homie hauler.
Yeah. Looks over at me and he goes, you want to hear a joke? And I was already pissed off because I'm sitting in traffic and I said no. And the guy in my vehicle that I carpool with goes, yeah, let's hear it. And I just shook my head right away. He goes, oh, fuck. Fuck. It was something about a 600-pound penguin and being an icebreaker.
Okay.
No, it's what do you call a 600-pound penguin? And I go, I don't know what. And he goes, an icebreaker. And I looked at him and I go, are you hitting on me?
Well, you are two guys riding in a black Jeep Sport.
Bro, it's a Jeep though, and the top was on. It's only gay if the top's off.
I don't know.
Only gay if the top's off.
Hey, I might have a two-wheel wheelbarrow.
But I looked at him and I was like, are you hitting on me?
Maybe.
And he just started laughing.
Well, you do have the beard, and we've confirmed that it's a fucking bear magnet.
It's my male musk.
It's what, you're a salmon in the stream, or what'd you say?
I'm a fucking salmon in the
No. He's a salmon dipped in honey in a tracksuit.
It happens. And I mean, I have nothing against gay people. But don't hold me up in traffic to tell me a stupid joke.
Listen, that goes to another question I have for you guys. Right? So I sit in a lot of traffic. I've never been told a joke in traffic. All right. Usually the punchline is go fuck yourself.
It starts.
Why? Yeah. Why are Canadians so pleasant?
Do you find us pleasant?
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, I think I'm pretty laid back. I mean, it could be the legalized weed, but
it's going right to his head.
No, listen.
Pretty laid back. Do you ever see me stress about anything?
No,
never.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're pretty stressed when we have to set up.
Yeah, because I do it by myself. What do you say when we set up? The guy comes here and helps me set up for the show once, and he says we now.
Okay, yeah, Canadians are pleasant. I mean, I've never been told a joke in traffic.
Stress level comparison. Compare me to J-Dub.
Oh, there's no comparison.
I know.
Yeah.
J-Dub is a fucking tightly wound fuse.
Oh yeah.
He's a little caliente time bomb.
Little caliente petite wick.
Pow, pow.
Yeah, a little fucking Chinese firecracker or Mexican firecracker.
Yeah. Oh man.
Whatever Mexican firecrackers are called.
Boomsticks.
Yeah, broomsticks. All right.
Broomsticks.
No, I mean, I don't know.
That's
Like,
fucked up. No, so let me say, like, every time I've gone away on vacation and any time I've run into Canadians, they seem to be like the most pleasant people. Well, I'll run into really nice people that live in America, but then you always know when you meet Canadians, it's like a whole nother, you could see they don't carry any stress. And I wonder where that comes from.
I mean,
I figured maybe you guys would know.
no, when you run into them,
They're on vacation.
they're probably just stoked to be paying half the price for alcohol than what they pay back home.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying I'm on vacation as well.
Oh, but you can't.
Yeah, but not in Canada.
No.
Unless you vacation in Canada and you never tell me.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm going to Canada, there's only one place I need to be.
Speaking of which, what are you doing in October, Paul?
Going to Winnipeg.
Nice. That's just down the road.
Hey, you could hop igloo to igloo. Come fucking meet up.
But no, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we're not like, you know what I think it is? People say Canadians are really nice. You get like Canadians, they just talk slow as fuck. So they never seem really pissed. Like it's just so slow talking. They seem laid back and not mad.
Yeah.
Because I watch your politics, right? And they get into each other's face pretty good.
Yeah, but you know
when they
what?
have their go arounds, and it just seems like whatever Trudeau puts out there, whatever nonsense that dummy decides to make into a law, it's like everybody bends over and they're like, yeah, that's cool. Pronouns, that's great. It would throw us in jail if you want, if we use the wrong pronoun.
I mean, they probably know we're fucked anyways.
Yeah. That's essentially what it is.
No, because you know what it is? Here's Trudeau's thing. Legalize weed. Boom.
Did he do the fucking full white power?
It might have been like
This? Okay, I think we're going to get a screenshot of that. Someone's going to definitely post that.
well, whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm the first captain ever to do a fucking Hail Hitler?
Listen to the Viva show.
You look like you're
Nine rights.
You're looking like you're missing some pins.
A
There,
few.
comrade.
A few. All right. You got any other questions, or can I ask you a question?
You can ask me a question. I got more questions. I got a question for Evan, actually, before you ask me a question.
This
Sure.
is like honestly the most laid back episode we've ever done.
Yeah. J-Dub.
Okay. Actually, I got a dual question first.
All right, dual wheelbarrow question me up here.
Yeah, a duel. That's a duel if you're giving it to Evan.
No. Whoever can answer this first without thinking about the answer, okay, is the winner.
Why don't you take it easy, Alex Trebek?
Wait, and then the next question goes to the guy who fucked up. Now, if you go to answer and you have to think about it, you lost.
Okay, you have to ask it like this though, Alex.
Give me a nice mustache. Use your cellophane as the mustache.
Or I don't have cellophane because I moved on to another cigar. Viva La Vida Reserva, baby.
Use the two boys a mustache.
Phenomenal cigar.
Yeah, there we go.
Right,
now you look like Juan.
Do we have to answer it like who is or
No. Just answer the question. But you got to say I got it. But if you got to think about
it way too much, he loses.
Yeah, if you thought about it, you lost. And then the next question goes to that person.
Okay, cool.
Is J-Dub rebar candy?
Yes.
Woo! That was a good answer. What happened, JP?
I'm not thinking about it. I'm just dreaming about him.
That's a pretty good backup.
That's my answer.
That's a pretty good backup.
That's a solid. I'll let that one fly.
What you can't see is my pants answering.
Okay, how about this one? This is another one. It's right off the top of your head. There's let's say a doomsday situation, say natural disaster comes through Canada, right? Let's say it's a forest fire, just fires ravaging everybody's homes.
You could have easily said the liberals get reelected again.
No. I don't wish that against anybody. But let's say there's a doomsday situation. One, what's the single most thing you're pulling from your house? And two, who's the one person, who's the first person you're going to contact
Do I have to?
outside of your family?
All right. Dyson, the Dyson warranty thing.
Hey, nothing sucks.
See, now I know you're just fucking around. You got to answer. This is a legitimate question. What's the one thing?
I haven't called in my Dyson warranty yet.
Are you talking about people or are you talking about inanimate objects?
It doesn't matter. It could be anything. What's the one thing you're pulling from your house? It could be a personal, it could be pictures. It could be your cat. Then, after you know your family's fine, who's the person outside of your family you're going to call?
Oh, I definitely got to say my cat. My cat, and then the first person I call outside of my family, my fucking insurance company.
Damn right.
I got to get that claim rolling.
Everybody is devastated. They can't even assess the situation, what's going on right now. You go to call the insurance company, you're just on hold. What buddy are you going to call and say, hey, are you all right? Do you need anything? We got to get together because you're the guy that I want in a bad situation.
You want me to say Evan, and I'm not going to say it.
No, I don't want you to say Evan. I want you to say whoever. And again, this isn't a test of friendship thing. This is, who do you view as somebody that you could rely on, that you know in a very bad situation as a team, you would crush it with?
Dude, you would be like, fuck, man, my house just burned down. Can you get here? Yeah, I'll be there around 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't call him. He's going to be late. Great. You showed up. My house is even more burnt down.
That's a Canadian thing.
Fuck. I mean,
there's got to be somebody, man. Come on.
I do a lot of shit by myself. If it's outside of the family?
Outside of the family.
Can't call Cookie. He only comes around once every fucking 6 months. My boy G-Race.
All right. Evan, how about you? So we got Cat and G-Race. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm pulling my kid out for sure.
No, not your family.
He said,
yeah, your family's all right. Your family's all right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's dog or cat? I don't.
All this and he didn't.
Dog or cat or any objects in the house.
Any object. It can be a fucking Dyson for all at once. I tried the Dyson and Paul's not buying it.
You're not pulling it. You're not pulling no Dyson warranty. I know you're not.
I would. It's cordless. Just pull that shit right off the wall with 2 heads and I'm good.
You wouldn't. That's not a legitimate answer. Come on. What's the answer?
It is. I just bought it. I've only used it 4 times. My room is in the closet.
Just like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'd probably just save the dog because I don't want to hear about it. And then probably call my buddy, Jake.
Jake. Fuck.
Shout out to Jake. Shout out to G-Race. Very good, man.
He was bummed, though, when he had to say Jake. He's like, yeah, Jake.
Well,
that's
close.
all right.
Every time I ask you to come over, you're drunk.
Yo, Jake from State Farm?
Yeah, it is.
I'd call him, too.
Yeah.
Listen, Jake, listen. Come on, we're going to band together. Meanwhile, while we're doing this, how about you put my claim in for me?
Hey, Jake, what pants are you wearing right now? They're khakis.
Your mother's. Your mother's, because I had to run out of the house. It's on fire.
Oh, hey. What are you saving, Paul?
Yeah.
What am I saving? So I'm very I don't have any kind of material thing going on at all. I can let everything burn. I'll be all right with it.
Not even those glasses.
That's what I mean, man. I don't really care.
Not even those glasses, because those are fire right now.
The glasses will already be on me. Somebody told me a long time ago, they're like, you look really smart in glasses. And I just figured, I'll just look the part for the rest of my life. I'll just be the dummy looking smart.
So you
I don't know
decided to go with-
if I had to run in, if I had to run into my house, I'd probably grab my fireproof safe, wheel that bitch out because it's got all my important documents in it.
Why? It's
Right?
It's fireproof. It'll be there when it's done.
Yeah, what do you mean?
No, because then you got to worry about looters. Who's gonna go through your shit and steal everything? You got your passports, birth certificates. I got watches. I got some shit in there. So I'll take that. Now this is the other thing. The bitch is I don't want to say it's bolted in. I don't want to give it all away. It's not bolted in, but I gotta.
Paul is rich, by the way.
I'm not. I'm not by any means. I got a very sneaky quick release on that bitch. So if anybody were to try and take that shit, it would seem like it was bolted to the fucking floor and wall. It's
You
not. It's got it.
those too.
One.
Yeah, well.
So
Just
I
a
got it.
suction cup doesn't make a quick release.
What an asshole. So I got a quick release for that thing. That's gone. And if I were to call one buddy, it'd probably be my buddy James because I know that's somebody that I can rely on.
I've met James. No.
Yeah. No, you will the next time you come down. So
I'm
see,
so confused. Paul,
you see,
the house is burning. You're gonna get a dolly to wheel a safe out of the house?
no.
Where are you getting your dolly from now?
It's heavy, but it's enough that I can take care of. So this is the other thing: is that the whole reasoning behind this question was because I was thinking about a question to ask you guys, and the whole fuck, marry, kill, right? I could have just asked a question like that and seen what you guys would have said. But this is like the new version, my new version of that. Just something different where it'd be like, okay, shit's hitting the fan. What am I doing? And, that's all. I was just curious.
All right, I gotta ask you a question then.
Hit me.
Okay, we got $250. You're trapped on an island with two people. Let's hear your cigars, your booze, and your two other people.
Wow. My cigars, my booze, and my two other people.
You're stuck there for 3 days.
How much do the people cost?
People are free. They're just there. They're like there.
3 days. Now let me ask you something. Do I have to share my cigars?
No. They have their own.
They have their own?
Well, I mean, at least they always say.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm spending all the $250 on cigars, and if there's water that I can purchase, I'm buying water. I'd be out of my mind if I'm drinking fucking alcohol on an island. It's gonna be hot. I'm gonna be thirsty. I'm gonna be dehydrated. Alcohol ain't gonna help that. And if I got friends, I'm just gonna become more of an asshole.
It's not a survival situation.
It's an enjoyment situation.
Yeah, like
it's an enjoy. Oh, so you're saying like I'm going away for a weekend and I only have a budget?
I'm confused. Why did you think?
Yeah, Mr. Dasani.
You're going away for a fucking
because you said you're stranded on it. You said you're stuck on an island for 3 days. Stuck on an island and enjoying yourself for 3 days are two different things.
Well, you've never been to an all-inclusive.
Just because I said you're stuck on an island doesn't mean it's the Dominican Republic and you're being shot at.
There you go. So if all right,
just don't wear a baseball jersey
and don't drink from the minibar.
Yeah.
So, good question.
With that being said, shout out to Sandals Resorts. No,
I'll be honest with you. The one thing that I still have a hard time finding on any island is very good coffee. So I'm going to spend, let's say, I'll spend $50 on coffee, which I'll never go through all that coffee, but I'll go through $50 of coffee, okay? And the rest I'll spend on cigars. There's no way I'm spending that kind of money on booze.
Bro, you're only there for 3 days. Why do you need $50 worth of coffee?
Because I'm going to drink a lot of coffee. Listen, I'm shooting for the most expensive coffee. What do you think I'm getting? Folgers? You think I'm getting Starbucks? I'm not getting any of that shit. I want stuff that the Queen and King of England drink. Or let me just say the Queen and Prince.
Hey, it's right here.
Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I appreciate alcohol, but I'll be honest with you. On an island, it's whatever.
All right.
I'm not
Who's the two guys that you're fucking sipping coffee with for fucking 2 days?
It's Sammy from
For 3
Miami.
days, yeah.
I'm the only guy sipping coffee. Everybody else could drink whatever the hell they want to drink. The two guys I'm gonna do that with, again, it's gonna be probably my buddy James and my other buddy Renee.
I love his dressing.
I'm gonna
Alright.
tell you why. Wait. I'm gonna tell you why. I gotta explain why I choose these two guys. Number one, because I know both of them already get along very well together. I
And
don't
they
have
don't
to
like
worry.
coffee.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about this bullshit that, they don't like each other. Number two, they smoke cigars, but not the way I smoke cigars. So I know they're not going to be asking me for cigars. That's the other thing you got to worry about. You got to worry about, okay, the people that I'm going with, are they going to be asking me for cigars? Because I'm not giving them anything. That's number one. Number two, I like to talk about everything: politics, religion, current events, history, all that shit. And those two guys can talk about all that stuff. So
All right,
that's
Evan, let's hear your fucking $250, 3 days, cigars. I said booze, but Paul went with coffee.
I'm just gonna get.
Unless he wants Kahlua. 1 second, don't. Let me take a quick piss.
hey, you know what? That's a good point, JP. Let's assume that the coffee is already provided.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a resort.
It's resort coffee though.
Then I'll go with fucking some Bailey's Irish Cream or Kahlua or whatever the hell. Don't matter to
Okay,
me.
so you're just gonna go with a nice coffee fucking mixer.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. If I'm on a fucking island, I just want something simple, easy drink.
Yeah, it's
Not
you
anything-
know.
I'm not looking to get a $200 bottle of scotch.
I'm gonna tell you the problem too with me. When I go away, I don't ever like not feeling in control.
Yeah.
All right. I always feel like some shit, even when I'm home, I always feel like some shit's going to go down. So I always like knowing my surroundings. I always like having an exit strategy. I always like to know if there's a dick in the area, and he wants to start some shit, that I'm in my right mind to avoid it. Alcohol doesn't help any of that. So when I go away, I'll drink, but I don't drink like I do when I'm home.
When's the last time you got fucking plastered?
Wednesday.
Oh.
Oh, not me.
No, because
Wednesday, what'd you quit drinking? Wednesday.
Dude, I only drank once this week other than today.
I'm trying to
And Sunday.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay, how about this? The last time I got really hammered was at my buddy's bachelor party. Now you guys are like this. So we were going into the city, and we had, reservations to steakhouse and whatever for the rest of the night. So we go to the store to catch the train from New Rochelle to go into the city. Me, I was drinking Guinness. I pounded like 3 Guinness back, like no big deal. Everybody else is drinking beers or whatever on a train. We get into the city. We go to this bar. We all start ordering drinks. So I ordered gin martinis, straight up.
That's
2
disgusting.
at the second gin martini, I was feeling great. I'm like, you know what? I don't need any more. I'm fine. I'm gonna go to dinner. I'm gonna have a good time. That's it. So I don't order anything. Sure enough, one of my friends says, come on. What are you drinking? What are you drinking? I don't want anything. I'm good. I knew if I had one more, I was done. Gin martini. He has a bartender. The bartender goes, oh, he was having a gin martini. All right, boom. Gave me another one. Third one. So I told him, I said, yo, listen, no more after this. I don't need any more. I drank that one. A fourth one was put into my hand. And at this point, at the end of the third one, I was not in a position to make any kind of decisions for myself. I threw back the fourth one. We were going to, I believe we had reservations at Wolfgang Steakhouse. We get there, we walk in. We see the host. She says, "Oh, it's going to be about 5 minutes." So we go, "All right, we're going to go to the bar and get a drink." We
What
go
fucking
to
reservations are those?
we go to the bar. No, we were early. We go to the
Yeah,
bar.
Wolfgang, it's all rich people.
We go to the bar, and I'm doing this shit, standing in
Yeah.
one place, swaying. Right
The swirls.
now, watch this. Never happened to me in my life. I actually threw up inside Wolfgang's at the bar with people around me. So I was embarrassed, man. I walked my ass right out onto the street, and two of my boys came, two gorillas, two monster dudes, walked me outside, and they were standing next to me, and then they called my wife for me and said, "Listen, can you come and pick your husband up? He threw up. He's done for the night." So she did. She canceled her plan. She came out, picked me up, and but while I was standing outside, people walking down the street saw I was messed up, so they started messing with me. And my two boys, who one is just bigger than the other. I think the lightest guy was 257 pounds. They took care of everybody that came my way that was looking to mess with me. And one dude even chased them down like 2 blocks because he got close to me. So my wife came. They helped me into my wife's car. As soon as we went 1 block, I was leaning out of the passenger window, throwing up outside of her car. I am completely ashamed of myself at this point. I never got this bad in my life, right? Like for me, it's all about being in control of yourself and not being that person. And there I was, that person. So my wife is at a light in the city, and the light turns green, and a car is blowing their horn. And I pick my head up and I see a cab driver, and all I see are his hands going like this, right? I go, "You fucking motherfucker. I'll fucking kill you right now. Get out of your car, you piece of shit." I'm going off on this cab driver. I go to get out of my car. I go up to his car. The guy rolls up his window, and I stumble back to my wife's car. She goes, "Are you out of your mind?" I go, "What?" I go, "That guy just gave you the finger because you had the green light." She goes, "No, you moron. He was letting me go." I go, "You got to be kidding me." That was the worst. It was so bad that I, like, still to this day, I feel bad that I put that guy through that kind of harassment. That's how bad that
All
was.
stories ever.
I've never been that bad in my life, but that was the last time I've been that
All right.
jacked up.
What was your island and your $250 and your 2 guys? You don't say that. Did you say it?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna get 2 cases of beer,
What kind?
probably MGD or High Life.
Okay, so you're cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you
Well, it doesn't take a lot to please me.
And then the rest is on cigars.
Yeah, and then
19 boxes of Oktoberfest. Everybody on the resort is getting Oktoberfest.
Oh shit!
That's fucking good.
Who are your 2 friends? No, I don't know.
You didn't even-
What are your cigars?
Yeah,
Uncle Lee
actually, I
and
did-
Oktoberfest. Bro, the Uncle Lee 3 years ago tasted like fucking hay, and it was already like 5 years old then.
honestly, it wasn't like the worst thing I've smoked.
Oh my god! Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. The
Yeah,
Uncle Lee, when it first came out, was good. I mean, I don't know what happened after that, but
yeah, when it first came out, it was good.
So then I smoked one maybe a year and a half ago. Fucking garbage. Like
really,
trash. Yeah, and then I smoked one last night,
that's disappointing to hear.
and it wasn't horrible, but the burn was just all sorts of fucked up. Like it was a 45-degree burn the whole time. Like every time I would touch it up, it would just
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shit. Hold on. Okay, so tell us your 2 people, because I got another question for you guys. I got a pretty good.
We got to do the Evan's drunkest time and then my drunkest time.
Oh, I already know your drunkest time.
Wait a minute. Can I ask a quick question in between that?
Yeah,
All right.
It's because it'll be a simple answer for both of you, but you have to get you didn't say your 2 people.
Yeah, I'm gonna do JP, and we're on a fucking island smoking cigars.
I'm giving you the sexy Portuguese eyes.
He's not coming. I bring Gio. Gio's good shit.
Yeah, just enough to make it awkward. Nice.
I thought you were gonna say Lancero.
You know what? I
Pig.
take it back. You're fucking out.
Oh,
It's Geo and Legion.
perfect.
We're just having a good time. Fuck you guys.
All right, so this happened to me today. Somebody walks into a cigar store, right? The person working behind the counter has no idea about cigars.
What shop?
Any shop, doesn't matter.
I thought
You're
you
in
said
any-
you walked into a cigar shop today.
No. Listen. I did. I'm
The
not gonna.
story is faulty.
Oh,
I'm not. I'm not gonna tell you because the person behind the counter doesn't know cigars.
this
So
sounds
I
like
don't.
Nat Sherman.
No.
This has
So
got
let's-
fucking townhouse written all over it.
Let's say you're in any cigar shop, and a person comes in and they say, "I need 2 cigars." What do you suggest? Okay. Now that's there's a lot of parts to that question, like what size, a lot of smoke, heavy, medium, mild, wrapper, what's the flavor, all that shit. All right, let's just assume that's a straight down the middle. Could go on a light side, could go on a little heavier side. It doesn't have to be a big cigar. What would be the 2 cigars that you guys would suggest for them to buy as a gift for somebody?
Is this cigar shop my full-time job?
No,
Or am
I just
like
said
earning
you
time
just
there and I don't care?
yeah, you just walked in there and you're helping them out because the person that works there doesn't know their right hand from their left hand with cigars.
Okay, easy.
Do I want to fuck with them?
Intemperance BA and Illusione Epernay.
Okay,
Ooh, that's
I
good.
get
That's
you.
solid. That's solid.
I
Done.
get you. I'm gonna go with Oktoberfest.
You're fucking around already. I already know you are.
No, I'm not. I'm
Why?
not. You cut me off.
That Oktoberfest is garbage.
No, but listen.
Correct.
Oktoberfest and a Tatuaje the brown label.
So what? You got to make him suffer before he enjoys.
So they know the difference between a good cigar and a bad cigar.
So obviously,
Well, I mean, that's all in my opinion.
I think that no, that's the accurate opinion. I think that making someone suffer.
Well, fuck you then.
No, that's an accurate opinion.
Well, you gave me all those
Oktoberfest is shit.
Oktoberfest. No, I know.
And I feel bad for it.
No.
But so we are talking about, that's a running joke on the show, is the Oktoberfest is a bad cigar. There are a number of bad cigars. You can't list how many fucking absolutely putrid cigars there are.
No, but that's what you got to do to somebody like that. You give them something that you think is a really good cigar and something that you think are really bad cigars. They're like, oh man, that one cigar was horrible, but the other one was amazing.
So
and
why would you recommend a bad cigar?
But it's like, okay, now you know what a bad cigar tastes like. So now you know what a good, because they don't know.
Okay.
They know no difference.
Well, this is the problem. The person purchasing doesn't, but they're buying for somebody else.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Okay, so the person that they're buying for may know cigars. You understand what I'm saying? Because that happened to me today. Though a woman came in, she doesn't know anything about cigars, which is perfectly fine. But her husband smokes cigars. She really has no idea what he smokes because he's probably like your everyday cigar guy. He smokes a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
You guys aren't tied down to one brand in particular. I'm not tied down to one brand in particular. So I went in and I suggested a couple things. Now, I'm going to tell you the 2 cigars that I would suggest for somebody to smoke. Now, it would be number 1.
Oh, I already know the one.
What?
Ashton.
Wrong. You are very close. That, to be honest with you, that was almost a tie for second. One is going to be anything in the intemperance line because the intemperance line is phenomenal. Okay. Now we're going to go from something from that stature and then we're going to go to a Byron, maybe the Byron Reserva. Okay. So both cigars are phenomenal, right? But in different, unique ways.
I get that. Okay. You want me to be serious? I got Atabey. And I'd say, honestly, the Jose Dominguez Maduro.
That's a United man through and through.
Those are two of my like all-time favorite cigars, where it's like one's very Cuban-esque, but in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is, dude, that's my favorite rapper, right? San Andreas. So
I get
I
that.
thought your favorite rapper was T Grizzly.
it is.
I thought it was Riff Raff.
It was.
Fuck that guy.
No way, Riff Raff.
What a mess.
You fucking wearing his glasses, Paul.
Glasses. Nah. These he would never wear some shit like this. They don't say anything. These are just glasses. He needs something that's really loud because he's got nothing to say but stupid shit. He needs his glasses to speak for him. How about that?
Fair enough.
I think he actually said that in one of his raps.
My glasses speak for themselves.
All right, Evan, your drunkest moment. I gotta hear this.
I'm interested.
I know it's.
Oh, wait a minute. I know one of his drunkest moments involved him falling asleep in the front yard.
Yeah. You know what? That is 100%. I was gonna go with a different story. I was probably
that goes back.
Yeah, I think I was probably. If it's not this one, I'll tell both. But I was 18 years old, and we were just drinking. Me and my buddy.
I thought you were putting me and I was like, well, I knew you.
No, McKillicuddy.
Oh yeah, it's
horrible. But we like finished 2 6-packs of that shit. It just like absolutely gross, and it sits nasty in your stomach.
Ugh.
And then I walked. He lives about 2 miles from my house, so I walked a mile. Said see you later, and then I walked back to my house. And as soon as I looked at my driveway, blah, all over my fucking grass. My parents' grass, not even my fucking grass.
All right, so wait a minute.
You hose it out.
This is the thing now. That's your most messed up time. What we're talking about, when was the original question you asked me, when was the last time you got really destroyed?
Oh, the last time I got really destroyed, I sleep here if I get really drunk. But the worst time I ever got drunk
was about once a month.
Not anymore. It's been a long time. Hangouts. We used to do hangouts. Paul, Justin, myself, a couple other guys.
We did. It was themed hangouts,
and we would do the Friday themed hangouts. There was bitch drink. That's right. There was beers, and then this particular night was red wine night.
Red wine lovers.
Red wine lovers. And these guys...
Cream Pie Fridays?
Cream Pie Fridays. These guys started without me. They started drinking maybe an hour before. So I finally got to the shop, and I jumped on Hangouts. Yo, motherfucker, you're late. Okay, you got to catch up. I was like, okay. Popped a bottle of Shiraz. Chugged it in one sip. And about 45 minutes later, I'm dry heaving, and then I left the Hangouts and then fell asleep on my parents' grass.
You didn't leave the Hangouts. You walked away from the Hangouts.
Yes, but I never closed it.
Yeah, and laid on the grass.
Yo, but wait a minute, JP. You remember the best part? Right after he chugged that thing, which probably took like 9 seconds for him to, which I was blown away when I watched you do this. I'd never seen anybody chug wine like that in my life. He stared into the camera for like a good minute and a half. And I just remember thinking to myself, I'm like, is this guy okay? I started getting nervous. And then I remember asking JP through the night if you were all right. And I remember getting nervous because you just disappeared off screen. We didn't know. None of us knew where you went. And then the next morning, me and him are having cigars again and going about our day. And he's like, yeah, he slept on his parents' front lawn. I go, you got to be shitting me, man. That's crazy.
Back lawn.
You did the old Fatera Stera and you were
out. Man, I went full Stera.
And
yeah. Okay, you're drunkest.
I need to say Ellicottville.
You got some wild fucking beard hairs just curling out.
Dude, the humidity is just fucking romping my beard right now.
Like coming out of your nose.
Really?
Like no, it's coming out of the side, but it's like, wow.
Oh yeah, no, I was curling my mustache. So I gotta say Ellicottville 2 years ago, where like we got up Saturday morning, still drunk. We're all having coffee and breakfast around the table. Anytime anybody turned their back, I would dump 3 or 4 shots of Eagle Rare in their coffee.
Poof.
And some people noticed, some people didn't notice, some people found out and then said it tasted good. All the coffee and all the Eagle Rare was drank, and it started from there. And then by, I believe, 10:30, 11 in the morning, we were out standing by the campfire.
Drinking, yeah.
In the middle, like, you got a foot and a half of snow. You're standing in the snow in a sweatshirt, drinking. And it gets around dinner time, and I start giving Evan a pep talk, yelling at him. I'm wearing his shoes while yelling at him.
I'm not that drunk at this point. I'm like, I got a good buzz, but not hammered.
And I'm just yelling at him and telling him to be more confident.
That's awesome.
And then we finally make it.
Oh, we're talking about still awkward, Evan?
No,
he's out of his shell.
This was
the
conversation entailed my woodworking and to be more confident in selling.
It was basically like swing your big dick with your woodworking.
So I don't know. He got on some sort of tangent here.
And eventually we finally make it in the house for dinner time, which I walk into the house and there's a big dog bowl on the ground, empty. And somehow I end up sitting in the dog bowl. Like I fell over and I literally landed right in the dog bowl.
Oh, shit.
And thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Then somehow I get up and I ended up basically making Ray 1-2 luge bourbon off my forearm down to my elbow into his mouth.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then it's about 6:30, 7 o'clock now.
Dinner is just about to be served.
And I'm out cold on the couch and I start getting the dry heaves.
Well, we had to walk him.
Oh, I got carried.
Yeah, Ray, myself, and G-Rock got this guy.
That's a good night.
Lay on the couch in the living room. And then they put the sleeping bag over him and like G-Rock with his fucking G-Rock. Okay, he's good.
Yeah. So I basically got tucked in. Then I proceeded to just start dry heaving, in which I puked all over Dave Technique's sleeping bag. Because it was on the floor beside where I was sleeping. So literally I just puked all over it.
That's rough.
Ray picks me up by my waist. Literally like body slams me onto a garbage can. So the garbage can is cutting my throat off. I'm puking and choking at the same time. And he just basically picks me up by my waist and elevates me in the air while I puke into a garbage can.
Okay, so that's not what happened.
It is. No.
What happened, because I was there, Ray is grabbing his shoulders. I run, grab a garbage can. I throw it under Justin's mouth. Ray is laughing so hard that he lets go of Justin's shoulders and drops him on his throat on the garbage can.
Oh, shit.
Both Ray and I are fucking dying, and we're trying to pick him up, but we're laughing too hard, and he keeps just dry heaving, but he can't get it up because he's fucking choking on a pail.
The fucking jugular is cut off.
Oh, shit. That is a good story.
And then, no, dude, it gets even worse. Somehow in the middle of the night, everybody's watching TV. I wake up and I'm just like, it's too fucking hot in here. And I literally just whip off all my clothes into my boxers.
Wild.
And just ended up going to sleep.
I didn't know this story was going to turn sexy.
It was.
Well, I woke up the next day. I start walking around, and I'm like, "How did I get in my boxers?"
Wait a minute. This sounds like a penthouse letter.
dude. No.
Now that you say jugular and boxers, now it all makes sense.
It was throbbing.
I believe Mo actually has pictures of me walking around in my boxers because I woke up and I'm just like, how did I get into my boxers? And Mo's like, I don't know. You said you were hot last night. And you just kicked off all your clothes.
I will never forget the sound of Justin dry heaving and being dropped on his throat onto a bucket and just going, ugh.
That is awesome.
Yeah, metal bucket straight to the throat from Ray.
And honestly, that was Sunday morning when we're cleaning up. I couldn't do shit. like I was incapacitated, and then we had to go home at like 3 in the afternoon. We're like, all right, let's start heading back home.
Everyone fucked off.
And I mean,
That's a good excuse, man. I use that excuse anytime I'm involved in having to clean anything up.
I shouldn't have even started my vehicle up, and somehow I drove us home all the way home back over the border and into Canada.
Oh, okay. How about this? What's the most scariest situation you were ever in driving because you were either incapacitated or you fell asleep? How about that shit?
Well,
Mine's easy.
bringing up Ellicottville again.
Yeah, mine's easy. I was in university, so my sleep schedule was all fucked up, and I stayed up all night, and then I decided to drive to Ellicottville, which is about 2 hours away from us. I fell asleep on the highway there, and then crossed a lane, slammed into a telephone pole, and wrecked my car.
Ooh.
And yeah, that was in the States, so that wasn't real fun. But no injuries.
You didn't have anybody else in the car with you?
No, I just by myself, wrote the car off, called my dad, said, "Hey, can you pick me up?"
How'd your dad handle it?
He was just pissed off that I was driving tired, and he was just glad I wasn't dead.
I got one. I was 17, I was 18. It was at my cousin's wedding. And for whatever reason, the bartender served me at the wedding, thought I was old enough. But I wasn't messed up. You know, I wasn't much of a drinker at that time at all. I think I had like maybe 2 whiskey sours. But it was a long friggin' day from the beginning, getting ready, doing all this shit. My
I
cousin
always use the long day as an excuse.
No. My cousin lived about an hour and a half away from me south. So my goal was I didn't have to worry about drinking because I was in a limo. The limo was going to bring me back to my cousin's house where we were all staying, right? No big deal. Well, we're in a reception, everybody's partying, having a good time. One of my cousin's brother, got all messed up, started to bring up some whatever personal beefs he has with his father, started calling out his father at his brother's wedding. So me, on his other brother, and another cousin, we bring him outside, and as we're bringing him outside, he's getting into a fight with another wedding party going on down the hall. So we bring him outside, and my cousin, he had a Pathfinder, and he was slamming his head against the Pathfinder. And we told his girlfriend, now his wife, we told him, we said, yo, you better bring him home. Got to get him out of here. Something's not right with him. So she gets him in the car, gets him out. We walked through, did our apologies to everybody that needed to be apologized to. So we go on with the rest of the wedding, the rest of the reception. Everybody's having a good time. Now, the limo brings us back to my uncle's house. My uncle had this company car, and the shit was destroyed. Roof kicked in, hood kicked in, doors kicked in, fenders, lights broken, every window on a car broken. So now I go, bye. I'm not staying here. I go, my cousin did this. You guys, there's something's going on here. I don't want no part of it. I don't feel safe. I'm not staying here. So because there was so much commotion going on, nobody even thought about, hey, you know what? He had a couple drinks tonight. He's 18 years old. He's going to drive an hour and a half back north. I kind of like slipped through the cracks. So I'm driving home, and I'm telling you, I'm like 10 minutes away from home. I'm not drunk. I'm fucking tired. I start nodding off as I'm driving down the road. Somehow, I pick my head up, and my eyes just squint open enough for me to see flashing red and blue lights. Cops had pulled over somebody else, and I was coming across all 3 lanes. However, it's just amazing how this shit happens. But right to the target, right to whoever was on the side of the road. And I was able to regain control, get myself back in. I didn't go back into the far lane, went back into the middle lane. And I think I couldn't sleep for 4 days after that. Scared the ever living piss out of me. And ever since then, I never fucked around. Too tired, had a drink, whatever. Can never fucked around again. And I was lucky. I never got into an accident. I couldn't imagine if I would have gotten into your accident, how I would have handled. I probably wouldn't forget about it.
The cop she was weirded out. She's like, I've never seen someone this calm that just rode off a car.
I would have figured she would have said, I can't. I would have figured she would have just said, I can't believe we came across Bigfoot driving a car.
Yeah.
She was just like, the best part about the car accident, well, not a good part, but I had a trunk full of cases of empties that I was going to return to the beer store. So then when I got into the accident, I hit the pole, my back seats folded down, and all the beer bottles flew out of my trunk into the cab of the car. Smashed all over everywhere. So when I got, like, the police came, she looked in the car, and it was filled with smashed beer bottles. She just looked at me, and I was like, I swear, they were empty. Like, I had not been drinking at all. She's like, okay.
JP, how about you?
Fuck, that's tough. I mean, I grew up in the middle of the country, man. Like, literally the middle of the country, where it's like, that's...
Yeah, but there has to be that one incident where you were too tired, or you had one too many, and you're like, you know what, fuck this, I can't do this shit again.
I mean, does being on a dirt bike count?
Yeah, it does.
I cut my fingertips off.
So that was due because you were drunk?
I wasn't sober.
You're lucky. You're lucky. That's probably why you're still alive. You probably didn't freak out when it happened.
No, dude. Yeah. So for those that don't know why I'm called JP Fingers is, fuck, we're going back. Holy fuck, I'm 34, so we're going back about 14 years. No, 15 years. No, 14. 14 years. It's a few days before Halloween. I'm out ripping on my dirt bike with a few of my buddies in the middle of the country where I grew up. And I just stumbled off my dirt bike because I shouldn't have even been riding it. So I stumbled off of it. And as I went down, I went down like that, and my hand whipped through the sprocket. And I stood up, and I was just like, oh, shit. Like, felt like I just nicked the pavement, right? And I felt something keep hitting my leg, like patting my leg, and I picked my hand up to look, and like it happens in the actual videos and cartoons and shit like that, like blood actually shoots out of your fingers. My buddy rolls up on his four-wheeler behind me, and all I see is puke coming out of the top of his helmet and out of the bottom of his helmet. And he's like,
that's wicked.
What's going on? And I was like, dude, you got to take me to my fucking car right now. So I hopped on the back of his four-wheeler. He drove me to my fucking car about 15 minutes away. And I just literally just held my hand out like this, just bleeding wherever. Hopped into my car finally, and I was like, dude, go to my parents' house right now and tell them what happened and tell them to meet me at the hospital. So then I got in my car, rolled the window down, stuck my hand out the window, drove almost 30 minutes to the fucking hospital. And we're in the middle of the country. So, I mean, you're, almost no speed limit. Like, there's nobody out there at the time that this happened at. So get all the way to the hospital, and I walk into the hospital, and I'm fucking bleeding everywhere. And the person in the hospital is like, I need to get your signature. I'm like, I'm fucking left-handed, and I just lopped my fingertips off. And they're insistent. And my buddy finally made it to my parents' house and is telling my parents, and they're like, yeah, all right, you're joking. Like, you guys always dick around like this. Next thing you know, I was like, all I could tell the lady, I'm like, just call my fucking parents. Call this number right now. They call my parents as my buddy's talking to my parents, trying to tell them. They're thinking he's joking. He's like yelling at them that it's serious. Finally, the hospital calls while they're talking to him, and they're like, oh shit, we got to get going to the hospital. So they hang up, and my buddy goes, I'm going to go back and find his fingertips.
What the fuck?
So he races back to find my fingertips. My parents fly to the fucking hospital, and I'm about to get operated on, and I'm laying there on the fucking table with my arm up in the air. And just before I got like sedated somewhat, all I kept singing was the Ramones. I was like, 24 hours to go. I want to get sedated. And
You're an animal.
as they numb my hand before they operated it on, my buddy busts into the room with this little cup with what was left of my fingertips. And he's like, I got his fingertips. And the doctor literally looks at them, or the surgeon, and he's like, yeah, these are no good, and throws them into the garbage can right in front of him.
Your buddy found that shit? He went back and actually found it?
Yeah, well, because it was right beside, I left the bike there.
So his shit was on a bike?
Yeah.
Whew.
And yeah.
That's nuts, dude.
And yeah, ever since then, I've just been known as
The
JP
alias.
Fingers.
All right, so let me ask. So this brings up. I kind of have. It's like a two-part question. One, if you never lost your fingers, what would be your Instagram handle?
I doubt I would even have one, honestly.
Oh, he'd definitely be something with beard.
Nah, you'd have one. What
He'd
would
be
it be?
bearded man.
Yeah, if we're being honest.
Let's say. How about this? Let's say somebody actually bought the rights to be called JP Fingers. Okay. Now you think that that's not like wouldn't be normal? I saw a license plate in New York that said Juan JP. Now how odd is that shit? But it's out there. So let's just say somebody said, "Hey, listen, I own the rights to JP Fingers," and Instagram says, "Listen, man, I know you had it for a while. You got to come up with a new name. What's your new name?"
Dude, probably ears.
JP Ears?
No, just
ears.
Ears.
Why?
Just ears. When I first started my job, I used to have my ears stretched out pretty big. And everybody at work just called me JP or Ears.
Oh, you had those fucking rings?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And they were almost an inch big.
Damn.
And yeah, out my way, like it wasn't a really huge common thing, so everybody just called me Ears.
Yo, how did you get rid of that without having any like hanging earlobe? Because I never noticed that.
There's still a little bit of hole, like there's still a tiny hole now, but
damn, I never even noticed.
No, it's just you take them out and they slowly just seal up over time.
Oh, I fucking noticed.
Now, this is the second question. I don't know how your military runs, but let's just assume that you guys are Americans and you were to try out to become a Navy SEAL. Do you think you have what it takes to go through the whole training and become a Navy SEAL?
I want to say probably not. There might be a lot of it that I do have, but then there's probably a lot of it that I don't have.
So no or yes? It's a no or yes question.
I'd say no.
Do you have the balls to or the gut to be able to go through like the Hell Week and all that other stuff?
I have the balls to try to go through it, but
okay.
I'm saying I don't necessarily have everything that they're looking for. But I would certainly as fuck try it.
Yeah, that's an honest answer. I've asked other people that and they gave me some bullshit answers.
You know
How about you, Evan?
I doubt that they would. They're like, no, you know what? Like you have this, and this, but you're missing this, and this.
Yeah, but what you're saying is it's not that. It's that you can't correct those things. That's why you couldn't become part of it. Right? That's what I'm saying. That's how I'm taking that answer. They're saying you have this, and this, but you don't have this, and this. All right. So in my estimation, they're telling you this is what you need to do, and what you're saying is I just don't have it.
Oh, I mean, like maybe over time I would develop, but it's something that it's, in my opinion, I mean, something like that, you're born with it or you're not.
I'll give you that. Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Evan? Okay. What would be your IG name if Wiseman came along one day and said, "Hey, I own that bitch"?
Big John, take it back.
Oh, if they own my last name?
If they own Wiseman Pipes.
What is that?
That's the DPP.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's not bad.
All right, sorry.
If someone owned Wiseman Pipes, I don't know. It would probably be something to do with my name. Wiseman
Rests.
Well, I really didn't have anything.
That best describes you too.
Yeah, to best describes. There was no like attributing characteristics to me other like before I started making shit out of wood. Just like, you know, you had your fingers, right?
Yeah, but you
Or your
couldn't.
fucking ears.
Yeah, but you could even come up. You can even come up with like wise wood, or like some kind of play
So
on words on that.
Wood
You're
daddy.
saying that I still do woodworking, but Wiseman Pipes is trademarked?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it would just be Wiseman Handmade.
Lathe daddy.
Lathe Daddy.
Yeah.
And if you if you were to try out for the Navy SEALs, do you think that you would be able to make the cut?
Okay, I'll give you a real two-part answer to that. Right now, at my age, with my family circumstance, absolutely not. There's no fucking.
No. First of all, this question is at your peak physical capabilities. No
First off,
family.
This guy can't even put out fucking matching socks.
That's normal here, bro.
That's the first time I've actually ever moved. Oh, we're fucked up now. I moved the camera.
Jesus Christ. Yes. At my peak physical capabilities,
You can see how many I've drank.
I think I probably could get through Hell Week, but I wouldn't want to, man.
Why? Because see that now I think that you couldn't because you don't want to. What would be your driving motivation to become one?
If I wanted it, I'm sure I could.
It's very easy. Matching socks.
If I wanted it, I'm sure I could.
Because I think about it a lot, and I'm like, you know what? As much training as I've done, I don't know if I have the mental wherewithal to go do that kind of shit. I'm not like I can swim. I'm a strong swimmer, but I'm not good underwater.
No,
it'd be very difficult for me.
If anyone here is gonna make it as a Navy SEAL, it'd probably be you. I'll tell you right now.
The only difference is that I would die trying.
No, I think everyone would.
I would. Don't get me wrong. I would still fail. It doesn't mean because I died in an exercise, but I don't know. I just find that shit interesting, man. It just seems the more reading that I've been doing lately, it seems like that's like the ultimate push of human potential is being able. I feel like those guys can do absolutely anything in this world. It's amazing what they can do.
I mean, you put me into a combat situation. You guys have all seen me get beer boarded.
Well, it's not just that, but you go through your story where you ripped off your fingers. How many people are going to have the wherewithal to drive, let's say, 45 minutes to a hospital and say, call my parents and tell them I'm all right, and saying, I want to be sedated? Even if you messed up, you still know your fingers are gone.
Yeah, it's all an instinct thing.
Yeah.
That's why God gave you fucking 10 of them.
Oh, boy.
That's why I'm starting to think I might have to change my first person. I'm going to call him Disaster Time.
Disaster Time.
Well, if you lose your fingers, you know who to call. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean,
call your insurance broker.
I mean, you never know. By next week, you might have a fucking State Farm fucking nice State Farm fucking thing here.
Hey, JP, what pants are you wearing?
None.
No pants.
Yeah, Jake went into retirement.
Who?
Jake.
What?
Jake from State Farm.
Don't give me that bullshit. I know that I heard your stuff is coming.
No, these are actually some nice shorts.
Which not for nothing, that's what you should have told that kid when he told you to fucking punchline to that joke.
I actually wanted to be a lot meaner.
That would have been great.
Right? How awesome would that would have been?
Oh my God. What did you say? I fucking heard you.
I mean, if it wasn't Friday and that was on like a Wednesday or Thursday, I probably would have been a big asshole. But it was on a Friday and we were like.
But it wasn't even a mean joke. It was just dumb.
Oh, it was stupid.
Yeah, but it was not malicious. You know, it wasn't like, you know, making fun of you or nothing. It was just he was being stupid with his
but
friend.
at first when he's like, do you want to hear a joke? And I was trying to like scam my way through traffic. I thought he was going to have a traffic joke. That's why I was like, no. You know what I mean? Like, what are you like?
Yeah, nice traffic joke, bud.
And then
you want to hear a traffic joke? What kind of asshole thinks he's going to be able to weave in and out of traffic to get 2 cars ahead?
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of traffic shit,
That's a joke you would get if you were driving in New York.
what happened to your vehicle there, Polly?
Oh yeah, dude, I was driving home from work 10 miles an hour on a Belt Parkway in traffic,
Just flying.
and I think because you know what I do for a living, I'm always scanning, right, to see what's around me. So I'm always looking in my rearview mirrors, in front of me, on the sides, behind me, and sure enough, I look at my mirror and I see this guy veering into my lane, and I go, all right, he's in a split second. I'm thinking he's not on his cell phone, but he's going to regain real quick, and he didn't regain real quick. It seemed like he stepped on the gas and veered harder into my lane, and he sideswiped the side of my truck. And I thought he was going to take off because when I got on to the shoulder with him to pull over, he did. He took off. And so I followed behind him, and I had to cut 2 people off because he got back into the lane. I then got back onto the shoulder. But then he did, like, you know, this follow me nonsense. So we got off at the exit, and he gets out and he looks at my vehicle, and you know, he pushed my fender in. I got to get a whole new fender. He did some damage to my door, and he goes, "Oh, I only did this little bit of damage up there." So I go, "You're kidding me, right?" So I didn't even bother talking to him. I snapped a picture of his license plate. I called the police. So now they're on their way. 2.5 hours, by the way, we had to wait. So while we're waiting there, the guy comes out of his car, comes over to me, and he goes, "Hey, listen, it's going to take a while for the police to come over here." He goes, "How about I'll give you like $300 and you get it fixed?" I go, "You're kidding me, right?" I said, "Just the labor for the work to be done is going to be more than $300." I said, "I don't operate like that." I said, "You're going to sit in your car. I'm going to sit in my car." I said, "Listen, you want to know what? You can leave if you want. You don't have to stay here and wait for the police. It's going to take a while. You don't have to stay here. You could go." And I'll just tell them it was a hit and run. And so the guy saw that I was aggravated. You know, there's no cursing or anything back and forth, but he got the point. He went back to his car, and we waited the 2.5 hours until the police came. And you know, I go to pick up the police report tomorrow, and I hope he sticks to his story, because if not, now I got to turn around and sue him.
Hell yeah.
Yo, 10 miles an hour. Come on. How many distracted assholes are there that you can't pay attention in 10-mile-an-hour traffic? That's just the most absurd shit in my. That's what frustrated me even more. You know, so, you know, I had some people ask me, "Oh, but you're okay." Yeah, you know what? I'd rather it was a worse accident. It ruined my whole freaking evening. I had a big evening. I have a big birthday coming up. My wife has been making these insane dinners every night, like all my favorite foods every fucking night. To be honest with you, I had like a super bipolar week this week. My wife went all out, got me this completely over the top birthday gift. I'm still can't believe that she spent this kind of money on my birthday gift. But she went over the top. I was all fucking excited about this shit. And then the next day I get into an accident coming home. A stupid accident nonetheless.
You ever hear what it is?
What?
A gift.
Oh yeah, I know what the gift is, because my son went to her car and brought it back into the house with him when she came home. And she was afraid that he was going to tell me what it was. So she said, "You can open it now, or you can wait until your birthday."
Oh, so you don't actually know what it is
No,
yet?
no, I do. I can't. Yo, you can't do that. That would be like me saying, "Oh, I got something crazy to tell you, but I'll tell you in 4 days." You know what I mean?
What, did you bribe Blake with an avocado?
No. So I just told her. She said, "Well, if you want to open it now, you can." So I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna open it now. You're out of your mind." And I did. And I'll keep it personal, because I'm not trying to like flaunt anything. But my wife went
We'll talk
my
about
my
it off air.
my wife went way overboard. She got me something that I've wanted for a very, very long time, which means now, like, when she turns 40, I'm gonna have to take her to a trip to Italy for a month. I then figure out what I'm gonna get her for a gift when we get back. I mean, it was just it was crazy. So you know, it was cool. It was definitely fucking mind blowing. But yeah, man, it was a crazy week. I never had a week like this in my life. Like, the highs and lows were so retarded. Never been through something like that in my life.
Yeah.
All right, dude. That's I'm stoked for your birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
I wish I could be with you. I wish I could be in New York, but we got to get wrapping stuff up here.
You got any like final words?
No, I got a quick final question, right? Quick final question. You guys know who they are. You guys see them. You see what vehicles they drive. The number one, I'm going to drive like a dick nozzle vehicle.
Buy my double 3 stories.
Who goes first?
All right, you go.
So it's the I'm gonna drive like a dick vehicle.
Yeah.
BMW M3.
All right. Not good enough to get the M5.
I was just
Well,
gonna
how about this? Let's just any M.
I wasn't even gonna go with an M. I was just gonna go with a BMW.
I say 3 Series.
3 Series, and not even like a 325, like a 320.
I'm gonna tell you why I picked the 3. Because the 3, I feel like the 3 it's the dude that can just afford that car, that's trying to flaunt like he's a baller.
Or
the guy that's in the 5 or the 6 is like, listen, man, I got this shit. It's not my first fucking go around.
It's like somebody that drives the fucking, what are they? The Peugeot, yeah, whatever.
Or the Mercedes C300s.
Yeah, it's a fucking Mazda. It's a glorified Mazda.
It's a $500.
It's a Miata
lease. You don't own.
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. The M3 is a serious ride. That thing's got some good punch to it, but it just seems like anybody that has the M3, those are the cars. Every time I see one go by and they drive like an asshole, I'm like, yeah, that dude's gonna wreck soon. That's when I put the GoPro on. I got my action DJI camera going because I'm like, I'm gonna pull up to a wreck. I know it's coming. So we're all on the BMW 3 M series or M3 at least, let's say.
I'm more 3 Series, and I'm at low grade 3. Not like 335, like 320.
The 315.
I don't know if I've ever seen a 315.
All right, hold on 1 second because I got some final words, but I got to take a pee before I finish up with you guys. I can't wait no more.
I don't know.
I've noticed that a lot.
It's certain it's like really like.
However, so I recently switched jobs, and instead of commuting to the big city, I actually commute away from the big city into small country kind of towns now. Shout out to Welland.
Said the parole officer.
Lots of dickheads in jacked up trucks.
Oh yeah, because it's that welfare city rich. Welfare city country rich.
Fucking just like everybody with a jacked up F-150 is just looking to be an asshole out there. You know, you got the Metal Militia stickers,
Monster Energy,
the Monster Energy stickers. You got the Fox. Not saying anything about dirt bike guys, but they're usually dirt bike guys.
No, they're wannabe dirt bike guys a lot of the times. But I gotta think of honestly. I mean, I'm thinking really hard, and honestly, I want to say the Hyundai Veloster.
These are usually lesbians that drive that.
Yeah,
or like
I'll give you that.
Euro trans fucking idiots.
Whoever had that Velostar or whatever you call it definitely had like a Subaru Forester before that.
Oh yeah.
No, I would give so much more respect to a Subaru Forester.
You know what's coming? I see a lot of assholes driving these. Is the Subaru WRX STIs?
Yeah,
with the big fucking wing on the back.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I see a lot of those on the road, but any time that I've seen them, because those cars got a little bit of a kick to them, I've never seen one drive like an asshole. They'll rip, but like responsibly rip. And
man, I see them all the time.
If we got a good Subaru story, we got to bring up
Ron Dog.
Yeah, you know Ronnie drives the Subaru.
Yep.
So it was the first El Cavel Herf. I'm plastered, we're stoked. And I was like, Ronnie, we got to go off-roading. And he's like, Ronnie's very conservative and held back, right? Like he's very
until you get some drinks in.
Proper.
Yeah.
And we had our little off-road trail.
I didn't hear about this.
Oh, dude. So we have a good off-road trail with like almost 2 feet of snow. And I'm like, Ronnie, like just follow me, like go through. Like, so we literally made a racetrack, like this crazy ass little racetrack around, like it was like a figure 8 almost. And Ronnie's like, well, if you think I can make it through, I'll try. And I go, worst case scenario, I just yank you out.
We don't have any rope.
Yeah, there was no rope there. It would have been like
hollow promises.
6 guys pushing. That's getting yanked out.
It's G-Rock's fucking airplane blankets.
But we ended up, dude, Ronnie throws it in 4-wheel drive, does the course forward, and then does the course backwards. And backwards, you have to go up like a good sized hill with a shit ton of snow.
Oh shit! And he
That's
did it,
dude. Subaru Outback, man, with somewhat not bald tires, but nowhere near new tires.
All right, I'll close with this. I got a lot of off-roading stories that I would like to tell, but I'll tell you like 2 of the ones that really were fucking interesting. One, me and my buddy, we got hammered one night, and he goes, at the time, like this kid always drove like Escalades and Navigators and all that other shit, and for some reason he decided to get himself a Jeep, and we used to call it the man Jeep. And this kid had a fully loaded Jeep, and he would just abuse the shit out of it, right? It was like the cheapest vehicle he owned, so to him it didn't matter what he would do. He would drive up on curbs, he would just whatever it was. So one night we get plastered, and he lived in Colts Neck in Jersey, and he goes, "Yo, let's take this thing 4-wheeling and really see if it could really handle the off road." So I'm bombed. Let's do it. Let's go. So all I remember is we get in his truck. His driveway was like a 1/4 mile long. We get to his driveway, end of his driveway. He makes a left, goes ripping down his block, right? Really, not long block. The block was probably 3 times the size of his own driveway. We get to the stop sign, and you could go either right or you could go left. He goes, "Let's go straight." Now, straight was somebody's farmland, corn. The guy had all sorts of shit, acres and acres of corn. So I go, "Let's go straight." My buddy goes right through the fucking stop sign. We hit the curb, but boom! We go through this whole cornfield. Now we can't see shit because the corn stalks are higher than his Jeep. And we're ripping through the corn. He's doing donuts. We're having a friggin' blast, right? So we finally find our way out of the cornfields, go back to his house. We cleared out like a monster area, by the way. It was absurd what he did. We go back to his house. The next morning, his father's waking us up. "You guys had a good time last night, huh?" "Yeah, it was all right." He goes, "Come outside with me for a second." We go outside. There's corn and friggin' corn husks and all sorts of shit from the end of his block all the way to his driveway. So now they know who did it. So we were out there. I remember it was like 5:45 in the morning, and he made us with brooms. We were sweeping his driveway and the whole block just to get the shit off so nobody saw where it was coming from.
Amazing.
That would have been a lawsuit and a half. Then this dude was such a nut. One day he had
I just want to say that is a fucking great lesson by his father.
Yeah, it is. Yo, then he had this Lincoln Navigator, and he would do dumb shit, right? He'd be like, "Oh, in a payloader, you can just go from forward and slam it right into reverse, right? You can't do that in a vehicle." He's like, "I wonder what would happen if you did that in a vehicle." So he was at a stop, and he gets up to about, I would say, close to 30 miles an hour. He's in drive, and he slams his Navigator in a reverse, and the thing just fucking stalls out. I'm like, dude, you're nuts. But anyway, the other one was a bunch of us. We were getting ready to go on vacation, so we were going out to dinner. I don't know, it was like 4 or 5 guys. And we're in his Navigator, and I'm in the passenger seat. And you come to the end of his block, you make a right. There was a fucking crazy like decline in a road. But before the decline in a road, there was like a little bump when you went over it. And if you didn't, you had to go slow because if you were ripping, you were wrecking your vehicle. So he goes, I want to hit this thing and see if we could catch air. I go, no way. Sure enough, he cranks this thing. We got to be doing 50. He hits this bump. We are airborne in the vehicle. Everybody in the vehicle, including him, hits the fucking roof of the car, comes down. His girlfriend left like a mascara brush or some shit in the driver's seat, in the passenger seat, and I didn't see it. And it actually got lodged in my thigh. Yup. I go, dude, you're out of your mind, bro. I ended up pulling this thing out. Sure enough, a little while later, not much longer, we went to the store, or whatever we did. But there were helicopters in the sky. Yo, you got to be kidding me. So he takes his truck for whatever reason. We felt guilty. We didn't even know if they were coming for us or not. But he did some other shit in between. He must have been driving through somebody's front lawns or whatever. I don't remember. But he pulls into the back of somebody's house, right? Like a wooded area. And he buries his truck. Dude, they were looking. They thought somebody like robbed the house or some shit. Or was drunk and was running through the neighborhood. And so they had police out there. They had helicopters above us. And he was buried. He was buried, like I would say, a good 150 feet into the woods. And we sat there until the sun came up. Now, again, we can't say it was for us, but it felt like it was.
Hey, that's camping in a Navigator, though.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So needless to say, we didn't make those reservations, but we had a, we had a good friggin' time, man.
Dude, this has been a good catch-up episode.
Yeah, man, good solid catch-up episode.
But J-Dub will kill us if we go any longer.
Yeah, we're gonna get ripped into him. But hey, this was Paul's birthday episode.
Cheers to Paul.
Fucking Friday.
Happy birthday, man.
Paul. It's your birthday now, brother. Happy birthday.
Guys, I got nothing left, but I appreciate it, man. A little bit.
But thanks for everybody for tuning in. Thanks for everybody that's gonna listen. Thanks to everybody that's gonna watch.
Thanks to United Cigars.
Yeah, shout out to United Cigars. American Vintage Hard Iced Tea for letting me buy you on sale this week. And keeping me hydrated.
You're forgetting one thing. I could do this shit with no effort.
No effort.
Those fucking glasses.
Wow. Thanks, Paul.
All right, guys. Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
We'll see you next week.